started in grade 7 with an essay contest sponsored by the Royal Canadian Legion. $10 first prize, 500 words, and the title was "What Remembrance Day Means to Me." And I wrote on the back of a bowling score sheet. I was setting pins at Ambassador Bowling Lanes in Lacombe, which had just opened, and the brand new equipment. Nothing was breaking down. Hardly anybody was bowling. And so, for my own amusement, with this little pencil that they keep score with up front there, I sat in the back and got to 474 words, and it said everything I could think of on what Remembrance Day meant to me. And then I threw in, I wasn't really was an English scholar at that point for sure, and I threw in what turned out to be 26 adjectives to get up to 500 words, and I won it. And they printed it on the front page of the newspaper by Terry Jones, printer's ink in my veins. I am a star. Anyway, I go home to Lacombe. I've never been to the bar with my dad before, and it's Christmas, well, 1 or 2 nights before Christmas, and so a bunch of my old buddies are in town, so I show up there, and this guy's saying, "Come on over." I said, "I was just talking to your dad here," and he said, do you recognize me?" I said, "Boy, your face is awful familiar, sir." But so, "My name is Bob Hill." I said, "I was the guy that presented that written check presentation for $10 to you, and just talking to your dad here, and he said that he never told you." And I said, "Told me what?" He said, "You were the only entry." So my whole career is based on being the only entry. Unquestionably, the moment that I remember better than any other World Series game I ever covered in my life was I was in the auxiliary press box, which happened at that point to be right over top of the press box, or the first row of the upper deck behind home plate in Candlestick Park the night of the San Francisco earthquake. So, and I still can't explain it, or a guy that's spent his life with words. To see a stadium made out of concrete go like that, and the backstop. There was somebody that was up in the light, fixing something up in one of the light standards, and it was a miracle he held on for dear life. That stadium, after it ended, was still standing. It's just, to me, it's just unfathomable how well that place was built, considering the situation. There must have been a couple of guys that covered Babe Ruth with the Yankees that probably look back at, if I hadn't been born and raised in Lacombe, ended up in the newspaper business, and Gretzky ended up coming to the Oilers and all that sort of stuff. He was Babe Ruth of the last 50 years, and I was the lucky sucker that got to cover him. Think about a young sports columnist that starts out by covering 9 out of 10 Grey Cup games with the Edmonton Eskimos in it, covers the Edmonton Oilers as a beat in the World Hockey Association, becomes the columnist, and they make it into the NHL with Wayne Gretzky and the whole galaxy of stars, and then they win 5 Stanley Cups in a span of 7 years. Most sports writers in this country don't have that collection of things happen to them in an entire lifetime, much less some of the other things they got involved in over the years. And a lot of my colleagues have been kidding with me that these last couple of years, with the Oilers finishing 30th and the Eskimos struggling along and bumping along, that it's payback for the large guy here. To get into this place is honestly one of the true highlights of my career and my life. It's a combination of all these people around here, an amazing number of them whose stories I've witnessed and told, and it's part of it is the fact I grew up 14 miles from here, and that we have a place like this in the province of Alberta.